Okay. Welcome back to Be Extra Knitting. This is a knitting podcast by Stephanus. I am Stephanus. I am coming from New Jersey. It's a central part of New Jersey. And today is Sunday, March 2nd, 2025. And let's get to what am I wearing? I am not wearing any knitwear, nor am I wearing any outdoor appropriate clothes, I guess, by a normal society standard. I'm in my pajamas. Uh, Long story short, this is my second time recording this episode. I will place, what do you call this? B-roll here and there just to show my first attempt of recording this yesterday. But anyway, so yesterday was beautiful in the morning, up to 10 o'clock in the morning. So I went to the gym. I got to the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning. I did workout for 1 hour, and then so 9 o'clock. So by 9:30, I went to the coffee place and then had coffee while watching my RuPaul episode, the newest episode of RuPaul season 17. Talk with my friends who are at the coffee shop, and then by 10:30 I decided to start recording. So I was going to walk to the nearest park from the coffee place and record there. All of a sudden, the shade or the light from the sunlight just shifted quickly, and I opened the door from the coffee place, and the wind was just crazy. It was so windy, and I tried to record, but the sound, even though I brought my really good what do you call not good camera, microphone to record, it does not really filter out the wind sound. So I decided, all right, tomorrow when I wake up, I will just record. I'm not going to set the light. I'm not going to even. I'm going to record the state that I was in going to bed. So here we are. So hopefully you are having a good breakfast. You're having, if it is morning when you're watching it, hopefully you're having a good weekend. Hopefully you have good tea, coffee, whatever beverage that you have in the morning. Calm down. Everything will be okay. We can restart things in life. That's how I look at it. Anyway, so that's what I'm wearing. If you're wondering. And also, I think this pajama is giving us promises of spring. If you're in the East Coast, you know what's happening with the weather. It was they call it a false spring or something. Basically, the temperature yesterday went up to 60 only until 10 a.m. After that, it went down to freezing temperature again, and today it's sub-freezing outside, and I still need to go hiking after this. I don't know. Am I going hiking? I mean, good thing I knit, right? Because I can just put on layers and be extra with my knitting stuff. Anyway, where am I recording, if you ask? Because usually the background, actually, yeah, let's talk about that next. This is the very first background or my recording site when I started this channel. And then I just shifted to the other side of this room, which has a big picture of my travel picture photography that I like to put on a canvas. So that has been almost a year. But then I'm like, all right, today I feel like I want to show the plant because the plant is like planting right now, right? My Monstera right there, it's beautiful. And also here, Kalei. And also Kalei has a new friend, the Paddington Bear from London. Anyway, I feel like I want to give more color and my messy book. It's fine. It just means that the books are being read. Well, are they? Anyway, I promise you it's a knitting channel. Okay, so I have one finished object that I can share, one work in progress, and a couple of options for the next project. So I hope you are excited to follow along. And if you have any opinion of what my next project would be, please go ahead and give some comments on the comment section. So, all right. Let me just, by the way, if you're having coffee, I would like to know, what is your favorite coffee? Is it espresso? Is it just black coffee? Is it iced coffee? Um, what is it? Is it latte, cappuccino? For me, I always order macchiato basically, and I also like to make macchiato at home. This is just espresso, double shot espresso doppio, and then just stain it with a little bit of milk. So there's not a lot of milk in there, but there's some milk, just to give some taste in there, especially in the morning. In the afternoon, if I have to take coffee, I just take espresso. But I like to just add a little bit of milk, so so kind of like corto. But yeah, I just call him. I just prefer macchiato. What is yours? Okay, let's just start with finished object. So I talk about this. Oh, color is beautiful. Okay, okay, color. Oh, there's also a funny story about this, which I will just, yeah, mention it right away. Anywho, this is a 2x2 rib hat. There's no pattern. And last episode, I was talking about I want to see if this crown decrease will work. Basically, instead of using the normal or regular crown decrease where you have at least 4 equal section, if not 6 or 8 equal section where you decrease, I just use 2 equal section. Basically, as you can see here, it is a bottom up, so I knit straight all the way to this point, and then from this point on I just decrease from this point and that point, so just 2 sides until the very top part right here. So when I initially decrease it, I only have 2 equal side, so it makes it really pointy or angular. Instead of doing it 4 equal section, that will create a little bit more rounded decrease at the end for your hat. But I wanted to make it pointy hat, or I call it annoyingly pointy hat. Maybe that could be the name of this hat, the annoyingly pointy hat. Anyway, so initially decrease just from the 2 side, and then from here I start decreasing 4 equal sides. So if you see, there is 1. So you see this in the middle, that's a decrease also. So there's 1 side, 2 side, and then 2 in the back. So there are 4. So as you can see here, it's a little bit rounder at the end, but initially it's really just like a straight line. And I like that. That's exactly what I have in mind. And I wore it ever since I finished it. And I just did it for like 3 days. You see how pointy it is? And it gives me the feeling, also with this color, it gave me the feeling of Wes Anderson movie. You know, one of those Wes Anderson, what is a good Wes Anderson movie? uh, the the what was the latest one? French newspaper or French something. There's a funeral, and then everyone is talking about this person, like throughout the whole movie. So there's anyway. You know how the color theme of Wes Anderson movies, and also the interesting shape of either hats or pants or sweater, or where when they bike, or just when they're showing a like a big scene. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. uh anyway, so that's what it is. It's just a 2x2, so I did not use any special. So, I haven't blocked this. I will block it, but I just need to wear it right away. I did not use any special casting on, so it's just a German cast on, and then 2x2 right away, for 8 inches straight up, and then after 8 inches of 2x2, I start decreasing until I don't remember how long, and then decreasing just two equal side, and then when I finish, almost finish, I do the four equal side decrease. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. I think I also mentioned I usually like to wear hat where I don't. I guess beanie you call it, where I don't cover my ear, but I could if I want to. So if there's like really snowstorm or like, wind or something that I have to cover my ear, I could, but I don't really need to. Usually, I have my big shawl that is covering my what do you call, neck and my ears anyway. So I just keep it on top of my ears. And what was I about to say? Uh, anyway, I will get back to that thought. But this one is using an Irish, I guess. This is cricket yarn, and the color is golden 734. Oh, okay. Now I remember what I need to say next. Okay, remember, the color is golden. All right. And it is 100% merino wool. It is fingering weight for 115 yards or 380 meters for 100 grams. So it's by Cricket and made in Ireland. And it's a single ply. And of course, hand wash it. Basically, it's a it's a non-super wash. I really like non-super wash stuff. Anyway, so let me just put this back into this yarn because I always lose. It is a miracle to still have this. You see, I cannot put it back. Anyway, I'll put it back if I can. It's a miracle I still have this yarn information when I finish the project. Okay, I'll take it off because my house is pretty warm and my hair is pretty nice today. Yes, let's go back to the golden colors. So I was working on my whip, which I will talk next. So I was something like this. I was like, in a cafe, right? Like work, like, and then I was watching YouTube. So I have my iPad. I'm like, oh yeah, nice. And then I was just, anyway, I'm just being annoying. And then somebody came to me, and I had to take my AirPod off. And then she was saying, I'm not trying to bother you, but would you be open? This is exactly what she said. Would you be open to let go or make something, for example, a sweater for someone else? is that possible? And I knew where he was going. I said, oh, I said, yeah, I have done that. I have given it to my parents, to my mom, to my family. And she's like, no, 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 no. For me, for me. Can you make me a sweater? And I'm like, oh my God. I said, oh, I've never done it. I only give it to people that I know, friends, family, friends, even only selected people. Um, Also selected family. So I told her if I start doing that, basically I'm taking order, right? Request. I will start over analyzing every single thing. Even when she was talking to me, I started doing the math. Okay, for example, this socks, I'm doing 64 stitches, and 64 stitches, and each of this color, color, what do you call, a stripe, it has 6 rows. So 64 multiplied by 6, what is that? 144. And then for this socks, maybe I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. No, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Let's say 40. 40 and what was that? 144 multiplied by 40. So 144, 40, it's in the 6,000 stitches around that number. Those are the stitches that I will be over analyzing, and that's just one sock. And if I make 2 socks, I will be over analyzing everything. And I told her that will be too much pressure for me, and no, I will keep it as a fun stuff, meaning if I make something and I decided to give to someone, that's when I will give something to someone. So she told me, oh, I understand that, but uh, mind you, at that time, it was only this that was out of my bag. But I brought everything to record in my purse, and she was like, oh, but just to let you know, this is beautiful. Of course, this is beautiful. Blah blah blah. And she was like, I would love a golden color on my skin. And I said, well, do you mean this? And she said, okay, let's talk. She asked, how many days does it take to do this? I said, 2 days. She said, okay, really? Are you sure? And I said, yeah, Kim, it will be too much pressure for me. So yeah. So I told her, if I decided to make one, because I still have a leftover yarn for this, I will let you know. And if I see you and if I make it, I will let you try it on. And if you like it, then it's yours. If not, it's not a problem. So basically, I told her, yeah, I don't want to start. It's too much pressure. Anyway, so that's this guy. Then the next one, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is my work in project. So this is the a sock that I'm making without any pattern. So I will put it on a sock blocker just to show it, because it'll look much better. Anyway, a funny story about this. When I started knitting, I bought this sock blocker and it came in 3 sizes: large, medium, small, and I did not have any use of the medium and small. So I asked my knitting friends, would anyone like to, have the medium and the small size sock blocker? And Chester, my friend from LA, he says, send it to me. I'll send you a couple of skein of yarns. And one of them is this yarn. So funny story about this. I never worked with self-striping yarn. So when I got the yarn. I have no idea what the color theme is. All I know is, oh, it's multicolor. So I decided to work on it last week. Even after I scan it, I still don't know what it is. So anyway, this is a toe up. So I start with the beginning purple right there, you see, and then the blue one and the green came after that, and I was like, oh, I like it. And then I was getting the orange, and I'm like, wait a minute, is the next one red? And I said, oh yeah, it is red. I'm like, oh, so it's just missing a yellow, but it is a rainbow theme. So this is Vesper sock yarn, and this is 100% superwash merino wool for 128 yards of self-striping goodness. I mean, if I just read the band, I would know what it is. And you know what the color name is? Rainbow Lane. So it's a self-striping sock yarn, Rainbow Lane, and I'm happy that I decided to make a sock with this now. So this is gusset, heel, and flap. Now, I could have used the black color here starting from the heel, but I was loving this color so much, so I used the main color, and then I just used a black for the flap. Now, why do I use black? I decided to make the progressive pride flag color by adding black, brown. So black will be or is the flap. And then at the end for the ribbing, I will choose either this brown, either Freya, or this brown. I think this one, I forgot where this is from. Here. And, well, this is not really brown. This is kind of like mushroom. Doesn't matter. And pink as the pom-pom. I'll make a pom-pom. Yeah, there will be a pom-pom for this sock. The channel is called Be Extra Knitting. There will be a pom-pom on a sock. So yeah, so I will have black, brown, pink added to this rainbow color. All right, so that's it. So I'm just, oh yeah, so this is fingering weight. So each of this repeating unit right here is that length. So I will have 2 more repeating unit before my ribbing. So yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I am using the double pointed needle size US 0, and I'm using a 64 stitch. Where's my other? Oh, there you go. 64 stitches. I like my sock to be very less negative ease, because I like it to really hug my feet. So instead of loose. And also what I found when I make DK socks and bigger than my feet, they will break faster than the ones that are tighter on my feet. So hopefully this will last much longer. We'll see. If they don't, then it's fine. I will fix them, as I will have holes on them, because I love all the socks that I need. I don't knit a lot of socks. So yeah, anyway, that's where we are on this. And the next one is, before the next one, I also want to show, I also want to show some objects, finished objects, but not current finished objects. This is previous ones that I was highlighting either this weekend or in the last episode. In the last episode, I mentioned about this fingerless mitten, but I did not show it. So that's this guy right here. So this is called the, that's a beautiful color, Provenance Mitt by Michael Green. I will put the Ravelry page link on the description section. Also, let's go back to Kim. Did I tell you the name of the person who asked me about this? Her name is Kim. I think so. Anyway, let's go back to Kim. Kim saw this yellow, beautiful thing in my purse while she was talking about my hat. And then I took this out to her and I show it to her. I gave it to her and she was like, "Okay, stop that." Basically, she's really asking, like how much will it cost to make this? I said, that's when I said, "All right, Kim, too much pressure. Let me just let you know if I have some extra things that I made, and I'll let you know if you want it, keep it." Anyway, this is exactly, and also let's go back to Kim. Kim also told me why she needed also as fingerless glove or mitten. Is because she's working as a health management or in the sports team for a school. So in the winter, she has to attend to a lot of athletes. She needs to use her finger or hands to help with their conditions, but she wants to keep it warm in general when she has to take her gloves. So this will be perfect, and exactly why I use this when I go skiing, so I can use it as an inner layer before I put my big ski gloves, so that when I take off my ski gloves, I can still use my phone to text or check everything on my phone and then put it back. I know there are gloves out there that you have, conducting or whatever fiber that will let you use your phone or screen without taking it off, but a lot of time it feels much easier or better to just use your bare finger to operate your screen. That's why I use this, and this is perfect. Anyway, that's the other one that I was talking about that I did not talk about in the previous episode. So Kim wanted all this. Too much pressure, Kim. Anyway, before going to the uh, what do you call next project, I want to highlight this because in the B-roll videos that I will place, there will be a lot of this shawl. So this is my previous finished object. It's called Into the Echo, designed by Cheryl Faust. And I made this during 2021 knit along between me and my knitting friends. At that time, we were knitting Destination Unknown by Cheryl Faust. And I finished that for my sister. I don't have all the information. I can put a link to my Ravelry page for Destination Unknown shawl that I made. And after I made that Destination Unknown, I made this and decided to keep it for myself because I love the design. And this is Into the Echo again. And Cheryl Faust has a lot of mosaic pattern, and this is one of them, and also the Destination Unknown. So for this one, mosaic or slip stitch knitting is where you have a color pattern like this, but you only carry one yarn at a time, because the other color, if you want to make a pattern, you just slip the other color at some point, but the rest is you just knit using the current yarn that you are carrying. With that, you can make patterns. And for example, the pressed color sweater or cardigans, that is using a mosaic knitting principle. And this, I love this. It's so huge, and I can just use it as a scarf when it's really cold outside, and then put the rest of just put wrap it around my neck and put the rest inside my jacket. Or I can just layer it over my shoulder when it's not too cold, but I still need a layer, or just to show this pattern. Yeah, I really love this, and I don't remember a lot of the fibers, but I can try to find the information. But I just want to know. I just want to mention what that pattern is. Right. So wow. By the way, I have recorded this again, but then the microphone decided not to work. Anyway, this episode has been really, really extra. Let's just say that. So this is my third time recording. If you can feel the vibe or the energy of I'm over it. But I think sound is the most important part of a recording a podcast. You can have a really bad camera, but if the sound is really nice, you can still use the recording because you don't need to look at the podcast. Maybe you listen to the podcast and you just have to look at it when you need to. So that's why I really try every recording to have really good sound. But then for the camera, if the camera wants to work, then it works. So, or the lighting. So right now the lighting is okay. I don't use a lot of lightings. It really is just all my windows. So if the lighting at the end is not really optimum, I'll let it go. But when I checked my previous recording, the the sound was just not working. So let's go to the next part, which is my next project, which I would like to get some opinions from viewers. Okay, now when I went to London, I was working on my Scotland Yard vest that I was showing in the last episode. I really love that vest. I decided to make another one when I was in London. So I decided to get another set of yarn for that. So that's what I got from this knitting store called Knit with Attitude in London proper. So this is the set that I decided to pick up. So, oh, this is beautiful. Maybe this could be the front page. Yeah, so this is the color. Okay. And this is called of Black Elephant, hand dyed in the UK. It is 100% British wool. And the color for this orange is Titian. And then the color for the yellowish one is Eilish, like Billy. And then the fuchsia one here is the special color that the dyer made for the store. So it is called Knit with Attitude, and which is the name of the store. So these are the color that I would make for the next Scotland Yard vest. So basically this is the main color and this is the contrast. These are the contrast colors. Now, I have another pattern in mind. My friend Ivana was making this basket weaves all over stitch. I forget the name of the pattern, but I will put it in the description. And that pattern is bottom up and bottom up with some shaping or pickup sleeve or set-in sleeve. So if you don't put the sleeve on, it would be a vest. So I was thinking, well, that could be a vest if I just don't put a sleeves on, if I just add a ribbing. However, that one is for a DK weight yarn. Meanwhile, these are fingering. Now, remember, I have this. So if I want to have two fingering to become 1 DK, I still have to check if that will work. But I can just do my knitting mathematics. I can figure out what needle I need to use for this two fingering to get the gauge, right? And if I like that fabric at the end, so it's fine. The only thing is for that pattern, for if I don't have the sleeves, if I do the calculation, I need 3 skeins of yarn for my size. Now 3 skeins of DK means if I use two fingering per DK, it means 6 skeins of fingering. I only have 2 of these, while these 2 colors, if had I bought 2 for each color, it would have been perfect. I would have just made it right away. I would have made that right away. However, I still have a leftover of two skeins left over of the
main color of the previous Scotland Yard vest. And that's this guy from the Browder Birds Farm in New York. And still, I mean, they go together. It definitely will be like a fall color. A fall color. Now, get this. Wouldn't it be beautiful with this? However, I don't have a second set of yarn, skein of yarn for that. However, I have a DK, a La Bien-Aimée, that I think will go well with this, even though they're not the same color, but they are at, look at that. Wouldn't that be amazing? So that is my second option. So instead of using the original Knit with Attitude for another Scotland Yard vest, I was thinking I make the weaving basket DK yarn with this. So that's the second option. What is the third option? The third option is to what is the third option? I don't know. I think there are just two options. So that's my question. Should I make a weave basket stitch all over for the vest using this? That will be a DK vest, or stay with my original program and make another Scotland fingering weight with this. Let me know. That's pretty much it that I have right now. That's a lot. And yeah, next episode I will be already working on that vest, whatever vest that I will decide to make. So I would love to hear your opinion. I'll definitely consider the opinion when I'm deciding or making the decision to for my next vest. Let me know. Until then, be extra, love what you knit, and knit what you love. I really think I mean that, because love what you knit, because if you don't enjoy the process, is it worth it? Now, maybe you're taking, again, let's go back to Kim. I guess that's what it is. I think I will title this episode Kim. Let's go back to Kim. If I'm taking a request, let's say, for example, I'm taking Kim's request, I might not love what I knit, but I have to knit that. You know what I'm saying? I think if I see Kim next time, I will add that explanation to Kim when Kim asked me how much. I'll say, Kim, I only knit what I love. Okay? Anyway, and also love what you knit. Okay, I only love what. What did I say? Love what you knit, and then knit what you love. Right. So knit what you love. Knit something that you will love, or somebody that you will love. I will also send that to Kim. Kim, I love what I knit, and I knit what I love. The thing is, if I knit what I love and you don't love, then I don't knit. You get it? It's extra. But then we have to be. Until then, be extra. Bye.